NFL playoffs are here. I am wearing my Philadelphia Eagles shirt because we have finally, that's my other second team, and they clinched the 1 seed. It gives them the bye because they made it happen this week. But not like that, the Cowboys lost to a fucking third string quarterback, and ooh, baby, that makes me feel good. Hope we get to see them next round. I'm actually rooting for Dallas in this first round, which is going to hurt me, but I want them to play. I want them and Philly to play. Just to shut them up. So we're gonna go through these just the first round matchups every week after these kind of conclude and we get the next week set. We will come back on here and we will break those down and talk those. So we're not going to go through every single one. And then we're going to go back. We talked about it a few minutes ago. We're going to go back and try to figure out what our original Super Bowl picks were, because there was a lot. It was a long time ago. We've done a lot of shit since then. But so where do we want to start? I guess let's just start with Dallas and the Bucs. Let's start with the NFC. I just say
every single matchup is a banger, by the way.
They're all good. They're all good.
Oh, every one of these are like must watch.
Giants Vikings is probably my least favorite, but that's
still going to be good.
My prediction at the beginning of the year was Bills Vikings, and it was both streaks on the line, and I think I said the Bills. So,
okay,
I can't.
That's what I remember.
I can't remember who I said.
So we're starting Cowboys Bucs, right? You said.
I might have said Bills Niners. I think I might have said Niners, or I don't know. I really don't know.
I mean,
I can't remember. Oh yeah. Okay. So to start this, we're going Dallas Bucs.
So I think if anybody has any knowledge of history, you have to say, okay, Tom Brady in the playoffs. I mean, come on. I mean, I know you guys think the Cowboys are, gonna easily win this. Maybe you don't think that. I'm not sure, but
no,
I just think it's a different element. The Bucs get the home game because they're technically the division winner, and I don't know. It's hard for me to see Tom Brady going out in the first round. It would be one of the first times if the first time that's ever happened. So
and Dak looks like shit.
Yeah, the Cowboys did not impress me when they played the Titans, who were literally had half their starting lineup out.
And who they just lose to?
Good.
Was it Washington?
Yeah, they just lost to Washington.
The third string, Sam Howell. Yeah, Sam Howell beat him.
Yeah,
I'm with you. I 100%. I almost expect the Bucs to win this game, but I just, as an Eagles fan, I would love. And it probably, every time I ever hope for something like this, it ends up biting me in the ass. So I'm sure they'll end up blowing the Bucs, or just skating by the Bucs and then blowing the fucking Eagles out or something and just killing me. But I want to play the Cowboys just for the Micah Parsons, my boy. I just want to see the comments, and Jalen wasn't there for this last matchup, so it's time to get some respect there. But I'm with you, and I think that's why it's so big about what's his face losing the other night, Aaron Rodgers losing to the Lions. I think Detroit, because obviously he's not a championship winner, and we know it's kind of his thing. He chokes and he never makes it, but he's another one of those guys that you let him in the playoffs, you just never fucking know, and. So I'm with you. If I had to pick, I think I'm going to say I think the Bucs win this game.
So front office, are we unanimous on Bucs?
No, I'm taking boys.
Whoa,
I'm taking the boys. Yeah, dude. Absolutely. I think that the Dallas defense is pretty good. Tom Brady did figure it out last week, but I am unsure if he's going to be able to sustain that. And I really hope that the boys and Eagles matchup happens. So I'm going to try to push that into reality.
Okay. Can you keep track of these for me or for us?
Yeah, of course.
And then we can just send them to me and we'll figure that out after this. Okay. So I'm Bucs, Stu's Bucs,
yep.
Jack's Bucs.
Yep.
Front office is the boys. Okay. Right. So do you want to stay in the NFC?
Yeah, let's just move on up.
Okay. So next we'll go to Jack's NFC pick, which is the Vikings playing the unexpected New York Giant, Brian Daboll. I mean, what are they won 8-9 games this year? I think.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Minnesota is the team, and they've been like this for a couple of years, but they can beat anybody and they can be beat by anybody. You don't know what you're going to get out of them.
They can beat themselves.
Can they come out flat-footed and play like they did in that Indy game where they were down 33 points, at half or whatever? But they can also make quick work of this Giants team if they don't come out playing. So I don't know. What area are you leaning, Nick?
So for me, my heart tells me, and my whole body tells me to go with Minnesota, but dude, the Giants are.
It's Minnesota in the playoffs, right?
Minnesota in the playoffs, and New York is playing so. Brian Daboll's got them playing so hard, and I mean, this past week we had a Kenny Galladay sighting, boys.
Yeah, dude. I thank you for bringing that up.
Kenny Galladay caught a fucking a touch. I think it was a touchdown.
It was a tutty.
I mean, Jesus. So, you know, if you're telling me that fucking Kenny G is catching touchdown passes, you know, I don't know. This is the one I'm going to go upset here. I'm going to go Giants.
I'm
going to
go. What about you, Stu?
I'm sticking, you know, Vikings beat the Giants on Christmas Eve, so I think the trend will continue. I think it'll be a close game like it was on New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve, beg my pardon. But I think the Vikings will get it done against that Giants defense.
I don't think the Vikings totally collapse before they get to the divisional. I think that's something that they're gonna savor this upset.
Yes.
Eventually they're gonna lose before they get to the Super Bowl. But I don't know. Maybe they'll make it to the Super Bowl. Doubt it. Very much doubt it. It's the Vikings. But yeah, I'll go with Vikings. Nick goes with Giants. Stu goes with Vikings.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take the Giants. I'm taking the Giants. I think Nick's right. Daboll is doing a fantastic job as head coach right now. They're playing well. They're bought in. Danny Dimes is out here not only passing but running with his legs. Saquon's a threat. I know that the Vikings have a good passing attack, but Dalvin's been struggling a little bit. He's been struggling a little bit, and I think that I think they need to blow it up over there in Minnesota, and I think the Giants hand them the way to do so.
Is this Daboll's first year?
Yes. He's
so he's first year, and Kevin O'Donnell. So 2 first-year head coaches that have turned their team into this is going to be a good one. But Vikings. I think they'll take care of it.
Let's go, baby. Matchup. This should be good. I'm excited for this.
So the next matchup we got is the San Francisco 49ers at home facing, and that's San Francisco with new legendary, never lost a game quarterback Brock Purdy, taking on another Hall of Famer in his own right, Geno Smith, in a game that will definitely go down in the annals of the NFL as the greatest game of all time, probably.
Yeah, I mean, basically, forget every other game. We're going to break down all these games in the first round, but you only really need to watch one, and that's Brock Purdy versus Geno.
Who's playing the Eagles? That's what we're deciding here.
Yeah, who's playing the Eagles? You know what I'm saying? Like that's basically what we're figuring out. So, and unfortunately, you go ahead, Jackie. I'm going to hear you first. You go first on this one.
I for some reason or another, I maybe call it the nerves of playing in your first playoff game in front of everybody, and having that undefeated record. I think the Seahawks are ripe for an upset here.
Okay.
Ooh.
There we go. I like that.
Go off,
dude. I think Geno Smith in a game in which he has to throw a lot could work in his favor. And I think this is a game that he's one of the more accurate quarterbacks in the NFL. I think Walker's a good running back. I think that they've been playing pretty decent. And I think they've lost both their games to the 49ers, I'm pretty sure, this year. But it's hard to beat any team 3 times in the same season. So, like I said, I think, you got Pete Carroll versus Shanahan. It's a good coaching matchup. But I don't know. I like the Seahawks in an upset. So
I heard Geno. I read that Geno hit all his incentives in his contract this year, all $3.5 million.
He had to score like 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
His incentives were so low.
Just show up.
He's like
say hi to Drew Lock every morning when you come in.
Hold the door for Drew.
He keeps finding $250,000 around the stadiums because he's unknowingly hitting contract incentives. Just be like, show up to practice.
He just tripped over it. Whoa!
You're like, Geno, I think there's something in your locker.
There's 2 checks in there.
There's 2 checks in there. Go.
All right. Jess got the Hawks. Who's up next?
I'll go next. I'll just say, I like the Seahawks. I like Geno. Obviously, they've been fun to watch this year, but I think that offense lacks the firepower that the Niners do. I think the Niners have it pretty handedly. They've beat them both. The Niners have won both matchups against the Seahawks this year and won handedly both times. And I think that trend will continue.
Yeah, I agree. Look, dude, Geno's my guy.
Yeah.
I am going to be rooting for Geno 100%. Like I am rooting for the Seahawks here.
The disrespect. I can't.
Dude, it hurts me to even say it, but here's my thing: if it's the defense that is honestly the difference here for me, I think
I got love for Geno, I got love for Lockett, but
dude,
did you see how he shut down Baker last week, dude? He's gonna do the same thing. It's the same thing, dude.
I just think that DeMeco Ryans has got that fucking team playing, that defense playing so well. DeMeco Ryans better be a head coach in the NFL next year, or there's actually a problem. But I think they're gonna fucking roll, and I think Kittle's gonna have. I think Kittle's gonna have a big game. I think Brock Purdy and the Kittle connection is just disgusting. I think that you're going to get Joey Bosa is going to be rolling. I think that defense is going to be rolling, and I think this has the chance to be the ugliest game. This is either going to be the lowest scoring game of the first round, or this is going to this has the chance of being like a 9-6 game, or this is going to be a blowout.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so I got the Niners too. I'm with you. The 49ers, they're just too good on defense. Geno's been struggling recently. That's just the fact of it. Yeah.
Peter denied Jesus 3 times. Just gonna leave that there. Two people have denied Geno so far. Wait, Stu did too.
That's 3. Yeah, it's 3. This is the second. God. All 3.
Disgusting.
Over the AFC time.
Absolutely disgusting, dude.
Disgusting. Don't even want to look at you guys.
It hurts because I don't like rooting for the 49ers.
Jack's gonna do the rest of this segment with his back turned. He's disgusted.
I was disgusted when I found out the team was from San Francisco, and then this is just icing on the cake.
This is just it. You find out that their fucking stadium is named after a fucking candle, and you're like, dude, get the fuck out of here.
Get that.
But all right, so that was the NFC. So we're done with the NFC. So moving on to the AFC. Let's start at the bottom. Just because they're the team of the hour for the show. I guess they're the pop culture show. We're riding them. The Jacksonville Jaguars, Dougie P.
Fuck the Jags.
I can't, and they're the home team, which is so they're playing the Chargers. They just beat Jack's Titans, which so you can tell he's a little salty. There was a win and play for the division basically.
Yeah.
And they started our boy. So and this was a hard one because we had our 9-8 on the line for Stewart to get to 9 wins for the Jags. But we also had our 1B, our other favorite quarterback on the show, Josh Dobbs, pop culture rehab legend. So they played this was it Thursday? When was this game? Saturday?
It was Thursday
night.
Saturday. Wait, what? Thursday. No, it was Thursday. It was Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday night. And Jacksonville made it. They got their 9th win into the playoffs. Trevor Lawrence and the boys are rolling, and they take on Los Angeles.
They didn't even score a touchdown in the fourth quarter. Their defense had to do it. They look pretty bad.
That defense looks nasty, though. Foye Oluokun is
their offense stuttered a little bit against the Titans.
Definitely. No, 100%. And this, and I'll go first on this one. I think this is where it ends. I think this is where it ends for Jacksonville. I think I said it during the breakdown in the beginning of the year. I think that they are a young team they're very formidable. And I think Doug Peterson's the right guy. And I think they're going to keep making noise. I think he's got them all bought in. Like I said at the beginning of the year, if they got that to happen, it was going to be nice. He got that to happen. They're into the playoffs. But I think that this is going to be the end of this year for them. But this started something good for them. But I think Los Angeles is going to be too much. I think the Chargers are going to look pretty good in this game. This is the other game that I think could get out of hand. I think Austin Eckler might go pretty crazy in this game. I think that they're going to go out there and just do what they need to do. And I think they're healthy, right? They got all their receivers. Is Keenan and Mike?
They're healthy back. Yeah. Well, Mike was dealing with something this week. I don't know what his status is for the game yet.
But like Derwin James is back, all the boys in defense. Okay, yeah,
Keenan's there.
I'm going to take the Chargers in this one.
Okay.
I'm not going to go with my my brain, with my mind, but I'm going to go with my heart, and I'm going to go Jaguars. This is going to be the closest game of the wild card round. This is going to be a very tight game, and the only reason it's going to be tight is because the Jaguars are at home. But I think they're going to squeak by. I really think Dougie P, man, so much respect for what he's done so quickly and changed the culture of that team that I think they're going to surprise you.
Yeah, that'd be sick. I'd love that. So
Jack? My thoughts behind this game, and I'll try to make this as quick as possible. The Chargers are actually only a 1-point favorite in this game, which is surprising to me. I would think there should be a higher. They're I think a better
Close.
football team, but we'll leave it at that. This is really a battle between Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence, and this is kind of reputation on the line. One interesting stat I found out before this game is that Herbert threw 100 more attempts, but had only 600 more passing yards and had the same amount of touchdowns as Trevor Lawrence this year. Trevor Lawrence is starting to become a superstar, and he's really good. And I don't think anybody expects them to win this game. I think this team's future, like Nick says, really bright. You have Calvin Ridley coming on this team next year. It's going to look really very much improved. They're trending in the right direction. I think the Chargers are upset about that loss last year against the Raiders that stopped their playoff dreams. I think the Chargers have enough in the bag to push them across the finish line. But I agree with Stu. I think this is going to be one of the closer matches in the division round, or in the wild card round. So I'm going to go with the Chargers on this one, though.
Yeah. All right. I found this to be the hardest game to pick. I don't know if it's going to be close. I think it might be close, but this one was difficult. I suspect that we get a game, a game that we haven't really seen from Justin Herbert all year, this coming weekend. That's kind of what I expect.
In a good way or bad way?
In a good way. In a good way. Sorry,
where he's not overthrowing everybody.
Exactly. We really haven't seen vintage Justin Herbert yet. What we've seen the last couple seasons. I think that gets remedied this week. I would love to pick the Jags, but I'm going to go Chargers too.
All right.
Yeah.
So everybody Chargers except for myself, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Love it.
Moving on up.
NFC or AFC North rivals. I think this is going to be a good game because they have a lot of bad blood, right? Especially right now.
Yes.
So we got the Ravens versus the defending AFC champions.
Let me jump right in here. This is a sweep. This is easy. Bengals. No commentary needed. It's Joey. It's Joey B time, baby.
You guys all agree? I kind of do agree.
I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree, and I'm gonna say Lamar Jackson goes.
See, I don't think
Lamar's last season in Baltimore.
Yeah, I don't think Lamar's going to play, and I think it's what he should do. I think they should have paid him, and I think they should. If I was him, the fact that he was already kind of hurt, and this, I think he should sit out the year, make him start that fucking bum that they just started this past weekend, and let the Bengals roll, daddy. That's what.
It would only hurt Lamar Jackson to play this game because even if he like sums, he wills himself into this game, yada yada. If he plays bad, that's going to be bad for contract.
Even worse. So now you've got injury worries, and he's been playing like he comes back and plays like shit. So it's one of those things where Lamar, I've heard rumble. I actually heard rumblings this week of like the New York Jets. There's like they might actually go after Lamar if he ends up leaving. And could you imagine Lamar and the Jets?
That'd be nasty.
Lord. Yeah, they'd be instantly be a playoff team.
Just be so gross. But I agree. I think Lamar. I think he doesn't play this week. I think they get rolled, and I think Lamar's out of there. So,
yep. Are we unanimous on Bengals?
That's the only unanimous one we've had thus far, guys.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Yep.
Not bad.
Who dat?
Okay.
Who dat? I said who dat?
They're who day.
This last game, it's unfortunate for Mike McDaniels. I'm such a huge Mike McDaniels fan, but it stops here.
Uh-oh. Does it?
Yes. It's the Bills are my Super Bowl pick. I gotta go.
Bad? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it's close, or do you think it's high, like just a high scoring shootout?
Who's starting at quarterback for the Dolphins? Are they going to have Tua?
Is it Skyler? Yeah, is it Skyler again?
I guess you're right. I don't know.
I mean, 3 concussions on the year for the guy.
Yeah, there's no way.
Tua, and he throws the ball left-handed. We've mentioned that many times on the podcast, but I don't know why you would roll him out there.
Way.
He hasn't been cleared. So
when is this game? Is this a Saturday game or Sunday game?
This is going to be Sunday.
Sunday in Buffalo. It's going to be
all the emotion of their Dolan or whatever his name is coming out of the hospital and all that stuff. So I think there's going to be a lot of incentive for the Bills to show out.
I think.
So what time is that game? What time is that game? Is that the night game?
No, it's a 1 p.m.
It's going to be the
1 p.m.
The New
Okay, so during the day, it's 33 degrees, 7-mile-per-hour wind, 6% chance of rain snow mix.
So it's a summer day at Buffalo.
Yeah, normal summer day. So it's actually not bad for Buffalo.
Yeah, but even then, earlier this year, the Dolphins still had heaters on their sideline when they were last up at Buffalo, and it was like 50 degrees.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're used to. I mean, they literally sweat people out of their stadium. I don't know if you've seen that, but like they sit on that sideline with all the shade, and they put their opponents in the sun, and they're like over there cramping up and shit like that because of how hot it gets in Miami.
It's a 20-degree difference.
Yeah, it's fucking.
It's like the difference between being in 110 and like 90-degree weather.
Yeah, so like if you, it's wild. Like if you ever actually see like a picture, like in the middle of the game, like they'll like do like an above view, and like you can't see the Dolphins players because they're in shade, and then you just see like where the shade ends, and you just see like all these dudes frying on the bench. It's just like fuck. But as far as that goes, I agree. I think that Buffalo is going to win this game. I don't think the Dolphins have. I mean, if Tua doesn't start, this is a fucking wrap. I mean, there's no way Tua started. Right. I mean, like Jackson, there's no way 3. Could you imagine if he came back and got another concussion? I mean, they might actually have to
the media retire. That would ensue.
There might be lawsuits there. Like
there might already be
4 concussions.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty fucking bad. So, but I'm with you. I think the Buffalo Bills are coming back. I think they're going to come back with vengeance. I think they're ready to go. I think we are going. I mean, I know we said we're not going any further, but I think that it is. I think Bills Chiefs is one of those things that we are, Bills Bengals will be interesting. So I can't go ahead and say they're going to beat the Bengals, but like Bills Chiefs just feels like it's something that we are going to see a couple times. I feel like it's too good of a matchup, and I think we're going. Yeah, can you believe Mahomes is the oldest quarterback in the playoffs this year?
No, just in the AFC. Just in the
AFC. Yeah,
I was gonna say Kirk Cousins and Tom Brady have something to say.
Yeah, that's what I meant though. Yeah. He's a little older. He's a couple years older than Tom.
That's nuts though.
It's a new era, man.
Yep. Yeah, that is super wild. 27 years old, and he's the oldest fucking quarterback in the AFC. So